Hi traders, and welcome to my video on the Impulse MACD indicator. Stick around because I'm going to show you how you can use this indicator to capture moves such as this one for over 500 pips using a strategy that implements aspects of this indicator, okay, and can also be used standalone. This is a GU pound dollar 1 hour chart in the MT4 trading platform. I downloaded this Impulse MACD indicator you can see here free of charge online. Attached it to my chart. Okay, it's very similar to the traditional MACD, if you're aware of how that works. If not, I'll just quickly go over the different aspects of it. I'm not going to get into complex calculations. I'm just going to explain basically how I interpret the signals that the MACD generates. Okay, so what we're looking for is these histogram bars. When they're moving in an upwards direction, it suggests that the market is moving up. When they're moving in a downwards direction, it suggests that the market is moving down, okay? The further away they are from this zero line here, the higher the momentum, okay? So as you can see, this big downwards move here. The histogram bars increase, well, decrease if you like, because they're going below zero, but they're getting longer, which shows that there is an increase in downwards momentum. Just as when there's a big move upwards, they increase up, showing that there is bullish momentum, okay? So that's the histograms. It's worth mentioning that when they cross over this zero line here, some traders see that as a switch of trend and may actually trade those signals as is. For example, when the MACD crosses from below to above, some would see that as a buy signal, and vice versa. When it crosses below from above, they'd see that as a sell signal. I wouldn't trade it that way. You'll find that you just get chopped in and out of markets if you buy every time it crosses. Okay, another aspect of the Impulse MACD indicator to be aware of is this moving average line here. Okay, so when the histogram bars go above this moving average line, that's also a suggestion of a bullish trend. Likewise, when they fall, the histogram bars fall below, that's also a signal of a bearish trend. And again, just as a crossover the zero line, when the MACD crosses this moving average line, that can be interpreted as a potential signal as well. Okay, just to reiterate, I do not trade the MACD in that sense. I'm not going to trade every time it crosses either the zero line or the signal line. I may use it as a filter just to help me decide if I want to take a trade. Am I here to take a trade or not that I may already have my eye on? Okay, but it's not it's not a magic indicator that's going to tell you to buy it or sell at exactly the right time. Another thing to be aware of is divergence. Okay, so when the indicator is making higher lows and the price is making lower highs, this can suggest there will be a turn to the upside. Okay, and vice versa. When the market is making higher highs but the indicator is making lower highs, it suggests that there will be a reversal to the downside, and you can see that that played out like clockwork in both of these scenarios. Bearish divergence, market falls down. Bullish divergence, market moves up. Okay, but it's worth pointing out that this will not be the case all of the time. Okay, there is no technical indicator that is 100% right every time. Okay, so that being said, how would I implement the Impulse MACD into my trading strategy? I'm going to show you now. So the first thing to do is to look for a trend. Okay, the trend is your friend, so we're trading with the trend. We've got a nice support level formed here. The price is sort of consolidating around this area. And then here it starts to make clearer higher lows, okay, higher highs. We see a uptrend forming here. Okay, price is moving away from the support level. There's actually a bear trap here. A bear trap being, there are traders who are probably trying to sell here thinking that this is a trend they're going to jump in on. It's a fake out. Price reverses. Stop losses are taken out. Traders who would have sold earlier on in this move perhaps start taking profits off the table, and it causes this upwards momentum. You can see this breakout of this wedge formation or bear trap, if you like, to the upside. Okay, so then we start to get confirmation we're in an uptrend. You can use a fancy indicator if you want, an EMA ribbon or whatever you fancy, but a trend line does the job. Okay. It's worth pointing out that the MACD as well was indicating this. We had the bullish divergence. Okay, but that's a bullish signal. Obviously, we had the crossover of this MA line and even a crossover of the zero line to the upside. Histogram bars are making higher lows, so we can get confirmation what we can already see looking at the chart that there's an upwards trend commencing. Now the question is, how do we time our entry into the trend? Well, this is how I would time my entry. I would wait for a pullback, okay? And then I would be drawing my resistance level. So here somewhere. Okay, so I want my resistance to be tested a few times. As we get here, resistance, resistance, and you see from that big breakout candle there, this was a good breakout trade. Another wedge pattern there based off that trend line. Price consolidated and broke out above that channel. Okay, it's arguably a double top or double bottom rather. Here, you can see from this support, more immediate support. We had a breakout and then this resistance became support and price continued upwards. This would have been a good trade, a good time to enter in on this trend. Okay, and we have a look at the profit potential on this breakout. I mean, almost 500 pips in less than, what's that? It's 3 weeks worth of trading. And we could have had our stop loss. If we just zoom in on the break. So the breakout, our stop loss could have been just below the low, so around 20-25 pips, which is a relatively tight stop loss for the 1 hour chart time frame, especially when you consider the potential of this move. We can trail the price on the way up by just moving our stop loss below the lows, like here and here and here, here and here, here and here, and just maximize the move as much as possible. Okay, so once you start seeing this consolidation, you might want to start thinking about closing the position. You know, the market making these lower highs as well. Might see a turnaround to the downside. We'd be looking to exit after catching the majority of that move. You can always close part of the position on the way up, bank some pips. What you don't want to do, well, what I wouldn't want to do is just exit prematurely, you know, panic around here, all consolidation, lower highs, and just exit the whole position only for this continuation to happen. Don't want to leave too much on the table. If that does happen, you can of course re-enter. There's ample opportunity to re-enter on this this upwards trend. The market continues to make higher lows all the way up, so we know we're in a clear uptrend, and you can just wait for a pullback like this one, pull back and just trade the breakout in the direction of the trend. You can see from these breakout candles, lots of traders are doing this. Simple trading strategy that is powerful and effective and doesn't rely on any lagging or repainting hocus pocus indicators. Okay, arguably here as well, although you don't want to end up buying too high up. Big breakout candle there. Probably by the time we see all this slowing down, we don't want to risk it, but there is a little bit left in the tank going up there, and you do actually have quite a nice bullish flag pattern there. Okay, flagpole and flag. Do have videos on flag patterns and various other chart formations that you can check out. But it's good to be aware, you know, support, resistance, trend lines, and candlestick patterns as well. So how does the impulse MACD indicator help with this? Well, if we go back to the start of the trend, if you remember, we drew our support. Okay, we had our resistance, our bear trap, price broke out, started moving upwards, broke out this resistance when the trend was well underway after this pullback. Okay. The impulse MACD obviously confirmed initially with the bullish divergence, also the crossover above the line and above the moving average line and above the zero line. Now what you could have done is you could have waited for the histogram to fall back below the signal line and then close back above it. This could have been conceived as a pullback entry. So we have the pullback, it goes below the line. Then once it pops back above, around here somewhere, or closes above, this could have been an entry which coincides nicely with our breakout trade. So it just could have been the extra confirmation. A good thing about the impulse MACD indicator as well, it can stop you from buying too high. For example, if you see price up here somewhere and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to buy now, you can see from these bars that you're buying at the high, but also the histogram, the higher it is, the more chance you are of, you know, buying at the high, or the lower it is, the higher the chance you have of selling at the low. Okay, so you can wait for a pullback again, this pullback here, and a cross back above the signal line as it turns upwards and around here, almost a duplicate of that first trade. And a nice confirmation with the breakout. Okay, I personally would have waited for the breakout myself. Wouldn't have just traded on the crossover of the MACD because it won't get it right all the time. And up here as well, you can see that perhaps it's too high to buy into this trend. Okay, so we want to wait for a bit more significant of a pullback. That being said, still the support and resistance trading was doing a good job, which emphasizes the point that technical indicators are not, you know, they're not set in stone. They can be lagging, they can change after the fact, they can just not be accurate, just not keep up with what price action can tell you. That being said, had we waited for a deeper pullback like this one and across above, there was another trading opportunity, although by now, you know, you're going to be looking like you're buying too high. So again, ideally you want to get in around the start of the trend. If we just zoom out, you know, places like here and here. If you don't want to be aggressive and trade the initial breakout, which is risky because price could just keep consolidating or continue downwards, you know, you still had ample opportunity to get in on this trade using either resistance breakouts to get in on this trend with resistance breakouts or crossovers of the MACD signal line without it being too extreme. Okay, and as I mentioned, when it's divergence, bearish divergence, as we see there, and the price eventually starts to make lower highs, you definitely wouldn't be buying up around here for sure, and be perhaps considering closing out part of our position if our trailing stop hasn't taken us out. Anyway, okay, so yeah, that's a good few examples there of trend trading using the impulse MACD indicator. You can of course use a traditional MACD. If I just pop it on the chart there, you don't really need to go out your way to get the impulse MACD. If it just seems like a mission, you can apply the same principles to this the default MACD that's included with your trading platform. At the end of the day, we're not taking the MACD signals blindly, we're just using it as a filter or a guide, kind of like training wheels on a bike if you need them. That is good as I said for divergence. Okay, so if we go back, where was that other trend here, wasn't it? Okay, so this downtrend here, I mean, we can apply the same principles. Okay, price has made this high, resistance, we've got our lower highs on this downtrend, and we can enter on the pullbacks. Okay, and then the breakout of the support levels. Okay, where we look in, there's ample opportunity. See that support level then becomes resistance, so there's a potential trade there. Okay, some may argue this level here. Okay, breakout down there. You can see from these big bearish candles, market starting to make lower highs, and we see this bearish move. This support then becomes resistance here, potential trade there. We do have a bit of a pullback, but that resistance holds quite nicely. Okay, so there's ample opportunities for you to enter in on this downtrend just using support and resistance, and if you want to hone in and pick out some candlestick patterns, you can as well. But there's no coincidence why you see big candles like this on the breakout of support levels. Okay, because traders, again, as they did with the buy trend, they want to get in on this sell trend on breakouts. We don't need any crystal balls or, you know, super indicators to tell us this. Just price action, strong support level there, consolidation, market makes lower highs, wedge pattern, and look at that breakout there. Textbook trading, wash down in that downtrend, and then again, this is again where the MACD comes in handy. As it falls down here, you know, you're not going to want to sell there. If you look at the MACD, you shouldn't want to sell there anyway. Just looking after all this trend is formed in these big bearish candles, you shouldn't really be thinking to sell there. You should wait for a pullback. However, if you want to use the MACD, when you see it's all the way down here, you'll be like, okay, perhaps the market is oversold. I'll not trade. I'll wait this one out. But again, this move from the initial breakout as over 300 pips profit potential. Again, this is 3 weeks worth of trading. I mean, it goes to show you don't need to be scrapping around fighting the 5-minute or 1-minute charts all day long, stressing yourself out. You can just capture some big trends on the higher chart time frames. I prefer the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly, simply because I find trading signals tend to be more reliable when they contain more price data. It also means less time chart watching and the opportunity to capture big moves like this, and with a relatively tight stop loss when timing entry well. Okay, and just focusing on price action, good money management. You can use this strategy on any trading instrument, Forex, crypto, stocks, commodities, indices, etc. But yeah, let's just see what the Impulse MACD did within this trend. So when it started, the Impulse MACD did show us the bearish divergence, and it fell below the signal line. So that was a good confirmation around here. Then it had the pullback and it crossed over again around here, which, wouldn't have been the worst entry into this trade. We did have a pullback up there, but with a stop loss above the recent high, we should have been fine. Okay, another pullback and a cross below around here. So a good entry again. You can in fact see that this support level then becomes resistance as far as here. So we know it's a solid level. Okay. Going to traded on that pullback. Okay, and then pullback, crossover here. Not the best trade, but once you see that crossover, if you see candles like that, you don't really want to sell at the bottom of those. You want to wait. You won't get every single opportunity. You don't need to force a trade or get FOMO, fear of missing out. If the trade's not there, just wait patiently. Another one will come along. Perhaps check a different trading instrument or chart time frame. Okay, and then pullback, pullback, pullback. In fact, as far as crossing over the zero line and back below, not just the zero line, but the signal line around here. But again, we had these big bars, and you definitely wouldn't have sold there. Okay, so this just shows what I was saying in the buy trend as well, that the indicators can be lagging and just not keep up with price. Okay, I mean, we would have all day long been watching this support level, surely. I mean, look at that. We've got the M pattern formation, downward trend, lower highs. Okay, all this consolidation. Got bearish candlestick patterns. I mean, this was begging for a breakout trade to the downside, and that support actually becomes resistance here, as you can see. And that move there is probably traders who didn't get in initially. Once the price comes up here, hop in. I'm not going to miss the train twice, and down we go. Okay, and what was the MACD doing on this breakout? It wasn't giving us the signal. Okay, so this is why I don't always depend on, I would never depend solely on technical indicators. Okay, price action is where it's at for me personally. Okay, and again, you don't have to use the Impulse MACD indicator. You can just use the default MACD indicator that's probably available in your trading platform. Okay. Please like and subscribe. It will really help my channel. I hope you found something useful in this video. I do appreciate you watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one.